fan show. We had some technical difficulties back in the set, but I think we got that all set up. Jimmy Jam and BC, what's up with you guys tonight, man?
Hey, just glad to be on here. Yeah,
Good to have you, man. BC, how's your day going, man?
Man, it's going good, man. Just I said I'm gonna stop saying same old, same old.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start saying my future's bright.
my future's okay. That's cool.
Cause
That's cool.
same old. It's might be stuck in the same old. I can't be putting that out there. You know what I'm saying?
You got to put something positive out there, huh?
Yeah.
We all have them bad days, but that's not every day. It's gonna get better. So before we get into the show tonight, man, I just want to throw a shout out to BC and his daughter. BC, what happened good with your daughter this past couple of days, man?
Oh man, she got a scholarship for a year for the dance, man. We was at the recital. They had the recital this week, so I sat in about 6 hours, almost 7 hours of dancing. It was like 3.5 Friday night, and it was like another 3.5 on Sunday.
Wow.
But it was worth it. It was good dancing. I know a
Yeah.
lot of the girls and people that was in the dance, but at the end, she got the trophy of the scholarship for a competition and all that. So, man, was surprised. My jaw dropped. My wife's over crying, and George
that's
on
awesome,
stage
dude.
crying, and I almost started crying, and so it was a blessing. She deserved it. She worked hard.
That's
She
good.
worked hard, man. She's probably down there dancing right now.
That's awesome, bro. So like, what's her style of dancing? Does she do ballet? Does she do?
It's she did jazz and
Okay.
tap, and I'm hoping she get in a little bit of hip hop.
Okay.
But, yeah,
Hey,
several dances.
Hey, if she needs some help with hip hop, man, just tell her that Big Mike's not the guy. Okay.
If two step is your thing, you better leave her alone.
I heard that.
Embarrass you.
I ain't good at that at all, man.
Two steps good for me.
Yeah, I'll be like, look, I got 3 left feet, so I ain't good for that. Bunk Ho, it's good to see you, man. Thank you for being able to join us live. And Rick Brown, thank you so much as well. Thank you guys for joining in. Well, guys, it's for UK, it's a quiet time of the year, but it's always something to talk about with UK going on. The NFL draft is over. How you feel about the Titans getting that #1 pick and picking a quarterback for Miami?
Man.
I know Titans is your team, BC, ain't it?
Yeah. Man, we done ruined so many quarterbacks, man. So many Heisman Trophy winners, and man, I'm just, I don't know. We'll see.
Does this mean that Will Levis is not gonna that his future in Tennessee is almost over?
Well, when he starts this season, he better go on a winning streak.
Does he gotta look over his shoulder?
6-0. So yeah, definitely you gotta look over his shoulder. Like Michael Jackson said, just look over your shoulder, honey. Yeah, he definitely gotta look over his shoulder, man. Yeah. I'm talking about you already know you draft a quarterback #1 pick.
Yeah, that's a statement.
Yeah, so Will Levis is going to be the starter, but if he's not producing, you already know what it is.
No more eating bananas and mayo or mayo and throwing touchdowns.
Them on the sideline.
Yeah, you're gonna be eating them on the sideline. Our Kentucky Wildcats, man, we had 2 guys drafted. Maxwell went first round. I think he went number 30th to the Bills, and Deion Walker went 4th round, 109 to the Bills as well too. What's going on with the Bills and Kentucky players? They got Ray Davis there.
Yeah.
The Bills is loading up on Cats, ain't they?
Hey man, it's what it is. It's kind of like some of the NBA teams.
Yeah,
got 2 or 3 Kentucky players.
Yeah. Hey, Christopher Perry, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining in. AFIO, thank you so much as well.
Tighten up.
Tighten up. Is he in the group too?
Oh yeah. No.
That's
what it was.
Okay.
He said tighten up.
Oh, I see. Okay, man, Dude, I'm so slow, man. I think I'm getting old, bro.
Well,
think I'm-
you definitely getting old.
I'm getting old, bro.
That's the fact. We getting old.
Guys, my wife told me this morning that I'm actually. My wife told me this morning that I'm actually getting real bald back here. So that's
You shave anyway.
yeah, I shave, but it's like my.
Oh,
It's,
you done missed some shave appointments.
well, yeah, I'm messing
Yeah.
up my hair a little bit now.
You
Anyway,
doing
I
what?
know I'm messing up my head a little bit from shaving too much, man.
You gotta shave every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I can't shave every day, man. My thing on man,
Let
my
me give you a lesson.
man,
Look,
my head hurts so
look,
bad,
look.
bro.
Black people have coarse hair.
Yeah, bro.
So when it grows back, it comes back in a curl, and
Okay.
that causes bumps.
Well,
There ain't no such thing as razor bumps.
okay.
The bumps come from hair being inside your skin, and it causes
Okay.
a bump. So in order to get rid of that, you gotta shave every day.
Well, then you know what, man? I'm gonna let my hair grow out for the rest of the week, bro.
Oh well, you go get bump then. Go
I'm gonna
bump
let it
up
grow out for the
then.
rest of the week.
Go
and just
bump up
let,
then.
yeah, just let it or whatever. So, but yeah, man, I'm my question about the NFL draft is, we all thought Deion Walker was this big explosive guy. I wonder what took him so long to get off the board, bro. I wonder what took him so long to be drafted. I mean, he's a giant out there, and are you telling me that he went 109? You telling me that there's 109 guys out there in the draft that's better than he is? I don't know, man. I thought he'd go a lot farther down. I mean, a lot quicker off the board.
Man, it just depends, man. It's like I always said, man. It depends on who's going to draft you, what they're seeing. It only takes one person for you to be a millionaire. If one person out of 8 billion people won't pay you to be a millionaire, so it comes down to the GMs. That's like Sanders went fifth round?
Fifth round, yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing with Sanders though, bro. I don't think he was humble, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's like his dad. But I just don't think I don't think he was humble enough, bro. And I think that worked against him and not for him this year.
Well, you could at the quarterback position, it's a totally different thing. He could have been a tight end or a defensive back. But it was almost like they were saying, we don't think you're going to be hungry enough because you look like you already made it.
Okay.
So it was a lesson to show because he went fifth round. That means he got passed over by all the NFL teams, not once.
Yes.
Not twice, but one time. You know what I'm saying? So it at that quarterback position, the days, you remember Jimmy, you remember Mike, the days of going to the draft wearing a tie and being in some people your first tailor-made suit.
Yeah.
And that was it. You wasn't flashy. Yeah. It was all about business. It's like going to an interview.
Yeah.
But now, guys, which, hey, Sanders, he do whatever he want to do.
Yeah.
But GMs are like, is he a franchise guy? But he looks like he already done made it.
Yeah.
So why should we? Because is he going to be hungry enough? And not saying that's just what I think that the GMs are looking at.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that UK at least had one first round draft pick. I think, well, of course, it looks like he's going to make the team, but I wonder if Deion even makes a team or not. I mean, he's a fourth rounder. You still got to try out as a fourth rounder. You still got to try out, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
going
to be a humble experience.
It is going to be a humble experience. Now he's right back at the bottom. That's for sure. Jimmy, we got a question from Christian from you. Is there anybody do you know of that might be about to take Travis Perry's place or commit?
I mean, right now it's all quiet. I mean, I know that we talked to George Kimball, the Braden Hawthorne boy that's coming out of high school, Kamari Hamilton. or Askinesia, but it's just been quiet. And right now it's looking like maybe he's set with this roster because there is so many different people, different venues talking about, is Kentucky too good? Do they have too many players? We got 12 players. I mean, I know you could have 15, but can you have 15 all-stars on a team and everybody be happy? I think the way our core is right now, we've got a pretty good basketball team. And I don't know that he's really worrying about replacing Travis Perry.
BC, should he replace Travis Perry? I mean, that is the biggest thing for me right there, is that how do we make everybody happy with this squad that we got coming in? I mean, while nobody's numbers particularly is going to jump off the page, who we picked up in the transfer portal, I think now that they don't have to go and try to be the man at Kentucky, and they can play within the team ball, I think everybody who we got brings something to the plate. And I'm like, how do you keep everybody happy, BC? If you was the coach, how do you keep people happy?
First of all, man, I hate that Travis Perry. You gotta do what you gotta do. I hate that he left. He's a Kentucky bred. He's a thoroughbred, and I hate that he left. But that's like I said before. I think last week, I said, man, hey, you put up on the whiteboard defense. This is what separates everybody from getting playing time and not getting playing time. If this is a way for Mark Pope to establish a defensive mindset with his basketball team right now, is if you play defense, you want to be on the floor. If you can't stop a 2-year-old, you're going to be over here on this bench a lot. Yep. So it's a good way to establish defense. Always in basketball, when you got a real good team, say 10, 11 studs, defense is what separates that right there. And give you at least a 7-8 guy rotation.
I like the point that AFIO just brought up, is that people said that Pope can't recruit. Now does Kentucky have too many players? Can't be both. You tell me.
It's like going to a restaurant or something and you're complaining about the steak being too good.
Yeah.
And I can't eat this steak because it's too good. This wine is too good. I cannot, finish it. I mean, either a lot of these venues and people are talking, say, well, Kentucky wasn't good enough last year with the team they had. And now Pope has got a good team. And now everybody's like, are we too good? I mean, you can't have it both ways, And I don't think that I seen Otis said something about that we need a backup point guard. I think we got a backup point guard in Colin Chandler.
We need a less point guard backup. Okay. The question that I was, I've been thinking about something all weekend long. And when you look at the whole scope of the SEC as a whole, now, I haven't been keeping up with what every single team is doing, but one thing I know for sure is that a lot of the good teams up at the top, they're all losing some really, really key pieces that was on their team this year. So I keep asking myself, on paper, because we haven't seen them all together, we don't know how that's going to work out. But on paper, is Kentucky good enough to finally win the SEC regular season outright? And, that's – I don't know, BC, what you think. I mean, we haven't seen them play together, but we all know that these guys are coming in here hungry. Playing at Kentucky, it makes people just kind of raise their game a little bit. BC, do you think we are equipped to really make a legit run for the SEC title this year?
Well, like I said last week, Mike, just like you said, I ain't never seen them play. Yeah, I know by the time you are out shopping and buying Christmas presents. But what I do know, I go by paper. I think we're a top 10 team. I think we'll be ranked in the top 10 come when they come out with the final rankings. I think we'll be in the top 10. Yeah. But I won't know to December, Mike, when we can all be on here. We sit back, say, okay, we know what we got.
You know what we got? Okay.
Yeah.
Now is that are you speaking of the fact is right before we go into SEC play? Is that what you kind of? Because I mean, right? I
Oh
think
yeah,
right
I
after.
told you.
Yeah,
I told
yeah.
you what I tell you last year. I said we gonna lose about at least 7 to 8 games in the SEC.
Well, I hope we don't this year, bro.
So
I
it's
hope we
all
don't
about
lose that many.
it's all about what it. Like I said, the first about 10 games is I guess would be before SEC would be have about 8 or 10 games in the books.
I think so, something like
Usually,
that. Right?
Yeah.
so yeah, you know, we all would definitely know what kind of squad we got by then.
Man, dude, it's I'm excited, and I hate that college basketball doesn't start today. But with everybody who's coming in, how does Coach Pope decide who's going to start? Does it all BC as you just said? Does it all come down to who wants to play defense?
If I was coach,
Yeah,
that's what it'd be about. Like I said, that's what separates the men from the boys.
yeah. He needs a player plays. He needs a player who plays one. Trying to understand what Otis is saying. Otis, thanks for the comment as well. So, guys, what do you guys think about? And I noticed I was a few days ago when people was talking about it. But do you guys think Mark Pope spent closer to $20 million for this team? And if so, does that put him on the hot seat right now to win it? If you go out and spend now, I heard that it was 20 million. I heard it was a lot less than 20 million. But you would think that a lot of money was spent on this team this year. And with that being said, when you go out and spend a lot of money and you orchestrate a team, does that put a lot of pressure on you, especially when it comes to I pay more money than you, and if you go farther in March than me, then it's on me as a coach. Jimmy,
Uh, I heard the rumors that they said Kentucky spent 20.6 million.
ooh,
I'm still thinking it's around 12, 14, if
okay,
it even is that. I would say 10 to 12 for sure.
okay,
But I mean, when Kentucky's paying these players this, that means they've got the money, and these kids are going to come and play. And if you've got the money, spend it. I mean, you might not have it, the rest of the year to do anything else with. But I believe the players that Pope has put on this roster, I believe everybody deserves what they have gotten. And I believe, they need to pay Oway and, these players. And, it's going to be a great situation, because in the future, all these players may be transferring or coming as a freshman is going to know that Kentucky's going to pay their players. They're not going to try to cheat them out of, 500,000 or anything like that. So, I agree with it.
is that a lot of money? Well, Charlie White says I don't think we have a $20 million team. That's a lot of money, Jimmy. And even if they pay $12 or $13 million, that's still, to me, I mean, that's a lot of money to pay. You know what I'm saying, to pay for a team. But I think it puts a lot of pressure on the coach, though. Now, Coach Pope, can you spent the money? Can you find a way to get these guys to play as a team enough so they can win a lot of ball games?
I mean, if you look at BYU, they spent almost 9 to 10 million on 3 players.
I think one of them got $4 million.
Yeah, I think that was AJ DeBansa.
Yeah,
and then there was another player got 3, and I think another player got close to 2.5, something like that. So 3 players, they spent 10 million, and saying that Kentucky's spending 14 or 12, these teams has the money to spend it. They're going to spend it.
So let me get this straight for a second. BC, you played ball in college a little bit, right?
No, just high school.
Okay,
I didn't go to college, man. I thought back then.
Okay, I think you told me about that. Yeah.
Junior college was it was insult.
Okay.
If you didn't have the grades,
Yeah.
You know what? You know how it is back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Jimmy, you went to college to play ball for a year, right? Or
Yeah,
two,
yeah,
right?
just small school and stuff like that, but we didn't get paid.
Yeah,
Jimmy,
but if it was like what it was now,
Oh yeah,
I'd be at the park in the gym.
yeah, all day long.
Only
Yeah,
time you didn't see me there was at school or I was asleep.
yeah,
yeah.
I would make sure I got paid
Yeah.
because I had the talent.
Yeah.
I would make sure I got about 3 or 4 million.
yeah.
Then you'd have got that.
I'm retired.
Yeah.
Shoot,
Yeah.
man. Everywhere I went, you see me with basketball.
that
Two
was
of
thinking
them.
out of my head. So, ain't nobody. Welcome to the show, Jeff Dowdy. Thank you so much as well. True to Kentucky Blue. I see you, Charlie White. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I played for you, Pike. We got free Arby's.
Oh well, yeah, we got free Taco Bell or something like that. But yeah.
You was just happy that you got a free education.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, back it's amazing how times have changed, bro. Where it used to be a time where you look forward to a Rick Saban a Nick Saban or a Rick Pitino or just some, Dean Smith. You look forward to these coaches knocking on your front door, wanting to come into your house to talk to you about giving you a free scholarship, and everybody in your family just standing around like he's gonna get a free college scholarship. He's gonna go. Now everybody's looking around, be like, "Oh, you coming to my house? You ain't got to come to my house. Let's just do a Zoom meeting and tell me how much you're gonna give me." And that's where basketball.
And the whole town's at your house because you getting ready to get about 3 or 4 million. You got cousins coming out of Woodward.
Everybody, huh? Yep. So that is, but it's just amazing how much college, just college sports spirit. I can't even say football or basketball anymore because it's now across the board. It's not about these big time coaches coming into your house a lot of times now. Now it's just about what's my NIL deal? How much you gonna pay me? Mm-hmm. And whether you like it or love it, it's just the way that it's gonna be until they find a way to kind of even everything out. But I'm not really sure as well. Charlie White says JQ is the best player on this team, but will he be healthy? They said he'd be healthy by September. I think they said.
He said that himself. No,
yeah,
I don't know. And he said that he would be able to do contact, practices at that time. But is he going to be? Is he going to have the spring? Is he going to be, the Jaden Quaintance he was right before the injury? They might give him 2 or 3, 4 games, just give him a limited time to play.
Yeah.
And something like that. But I believe he will be ready when the, actual SEC is starting with some of the bigger games we're going to have in December. I think he'll be ready.
It's 2025. He should be about 98%.
Yeah. It is.
He should be about 98% by August.
Yeah.
And then with the technology and everything, we don't see people like break bones and play 2 months later.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now he got hurt. He got hurt when the beginning of the season or towards the end of the season. I can't remember that.
I believe it was like the beginning of February, middle of February. So, he's got play. He said right now he is like 95%, the extension on his leg. And he said he's about a month and a half above on his schedule.
I hope he doesn't rush it though. I hope he, yeah, that's my thing. Don't rush it. Let's do this the right way as well too. Polk probably spent $17 million, but several multi-year deals, like he said, with BG on 2 or 3 year plans.
Well, yeah. I mean, that could be possible.
Yeah.
That they're promised this for at least 2 years instead of just 1 year.
Maybe that's why he announced so fast that he was coming back. Maybe that's all part of the 2-year plan that he had in the first place, and he's just like, hey, I'm coming back. Let's go ahead and just not even put this up for conversation no more. I'm just going to come back and just play ball. So, a lot of teams are spending some money out there, but we focus on UK because that's who we cheer for. But I'm pretty sure there's some other teams out there that's spending some big time money as well too. We had some guys on campus this weekend. JQ wasn't on campus because, of course, he's rehabbing or whatever. But Jimmy, who was on campus this weekend?
Well, they had Jalen Lowe. He was here. Cam Williams was here. Denzel Aberdeen. And it was Muhammad Modi. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, they was all rocking the UK jerseys inside the locker room, and all of them was just ranting and raving about how Kentucky fans and everybody is treating them. They've never seen anything like it.
Well, welcome to Kentucky, man. We as somebody once said, Kentucky's the gold standard of college basketball, and it's time that we get back to that. That's for sure. Now, one thing that these guys will have a chance to do this year is the CBS Sports Classic is probably going to change one of its teams, and UCLA may go away from that for good, and to replace that, we're looking at UConn and St. John's. So I only have would you rather questions today. So it has to be: would you rather play St. John's or UConn in the CBS Classics? If that's the case, I see BC. Who would you rather play?
Don't matter. Don't matter. You know how it is.
Yeah,
Don't matter.
I got somebody that I want to play. I would.
Okay. I
What's
know.
that? Go
I
ahead.
know
Go
what
ahead.
you're gonna say. I kind of the St. John's kind of went over my head.
Yeah.
I forgot about Patino, baby.
Okay, so that's who you'd want to play?
Because of Rick Pitino and the story, but as a player, it don't matter. But
I got
as far as the storyline, Pitino going
Jimmy?
up against the Wildcats.
This coming year, if that happens, because I know Mark Pope and Rick Pitino been trying to get a game, and they could not get it worked out in the regular season. I heard that we was going to play them in an exhibition game, but if it happens this year, that would be remarkable because everybody would love to see that, especially a big stage. In the long term, because, Rick might not be there for, I don't know how long he's going to coach, 3 or 4 years. I don't know how long this class is going to be. But if St. John's is not good and Rick Pitino's not there, I would rather it be like a UConn team, somebody that is going to be a good opponent.
St. John, they probably be ranked top 10. They're going to be good.
They're going to be good this year.
As long as Rick there, they're going to be relevant.
Yeah, they're going to be good for real, For me, I think, and Jimmy, you kind of touched on this towards the end of your response. For me, I think, I know that the storyline with Rick Pitino will be good, but let's be real. When you're talking about a national title, not saying Rick Pitino can't do it at St. John's, but when you got UConn coming off 2 back-to-back, championships the year before this, for me, I think I would rather take on UConn because now UConn has become a team now that people associate with having the opportunity to win a national championship every year now. St. John's is not a bad team. Rick Pitino is going to have those guys ready, but I think the team that I feel like that would probably really get us most ready to be able to win a national championship is playing UConn. Now, that's just my opinion. I feel like I got water all over me. That's just my opinion. When you look back at the end of the year and you say who did Kentucky play and who did they beat, I think I would much rather say that Kentucky beat UConn than Kentucky beat St. John's because that's just one of them teams where St. John's is going to have a good team, no doubtable about that. But I think if you're really talking about a team that's really mentioned that could win a national championship, UConn's going to be up there. The same way with Duke every year. Duke's going to have that opportunity. So if we got a chance to go beat Duke, we beat Duke this year. We beat national champions. So, but it would be a solid storyline. It would be a good storyline if we are playing with Pitino and it won't be a bad game. I just think at the end of the year, I just think I would like to see UConn play a Kentucky versus St. John's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, like nobody was saying that we're 1-4 versus UConn. That's all the better of wanting to play a team and beat them. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
And then we're talking. Somebody asked about why is UCLA dropping out?
Yeah,
because Ohio State and UCLA plays together in the same league now, and you cannot have two different or two teams from the same conference in this 4-team classic.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. Well, heck, Ohio State need to drop out then.
Well, I don't.
Ohio State should drop out.
I don't know who is being told or asked to step out, whether it's Ohio State or UCLA. It could be either one.
I think it would be better if that's the case, then I would much rather see Ohio State step aside because mm-hmm. they ain't did anything that they deserve to be in that classic. They haven't. I mean, they beat us.
Yeah, but mm-hmm. You're talking about it's called the Champions Classic. I mean, how many Ohio State championships do you see for basketball? I mean, you got UCLA with 11, you got Kentucky with 8. I think North Carolina, where they got like 4, 5.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
you want a team. You want teams if they're the Champions Classic. You want teams that's won championships.
Yep,
they carrying over their football status.
Well, yeah,
yeah. UCLA. So UCLA, they're in the Big Ten down there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh,
that's crazy.
That's interesting. Then
money is changing.
Yeah, and I believe
UCLA a little bit in the Big Ten.
Yeah. That don't even set right, does it?
It ain't about the map no more.
Bill Walton is turning over in his grave right now because he's always talking about the Conference of Champions, with UCLA.
Yeah, it ain't about the map.
No, not no more.
It ain't. Louisville getting a little chesty saying they're about to add 2 more from the portal. Let's have. Nobody says Louisville getting a little. Where's that at?
Louisville might be top 5.
They could be a good
top 5.
Yeah.
They're going to be a top 10 team. Yeah,
I think it's going to be.
Yeah, BC. Purdue. They could be top 5.
Purdue might.
Purdue's going to be
number 1.
Illinois is going to be good. Houston's going to be good.
Yeah, Houston's going to be good.
The portal must about to have another hooker party. Okay, Louisville gonna have another. They gonna have another party, huh? So tell me where's this gonna be held at? I'm asking for a friend.
Oh, I don't want to be nowhere close to that.
I heard that. Yeah, we know how that all turns out. Guys, we got the Derby this weekend, man. Have you guys ever been to the Derby before?
The Derby's this week?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Saturday.
Have you ever been before?
I was there one time, and it was like, man, when I was like 20, 21 years old. So it's been long. Yeah.
BC, have you been?
I went to Louisville, but I didn't go to the Derby.
If I go to
remember, Mike, that the Dust Bowl, which was our basketball tournament, was the week before before the Derby.
Okay.
So you would go up to the Derby. I didn't ever go to the Derby.
Yeah.
But we went and hung out in Louisville and on the strips and stuff.
Hey, BC, did you ever play the Dirt Bowl, Dust Bowl in Owensboro?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was talking about. They had all that barbecue food.
Oh yeah.
But it was Paducah that they was talking about in the chat. But
but it was Owensboro that I was.
Yeah, on that day they have all the barbecue and stuff set up over at the mall.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So I guess I asked about the Derby because I never been before. But if I go, do I gotta dress up?
No. See, that's what I'm saying. If you going to the actual Derby, to see the horses, right? Yeah, you better put on your wife better put on a big hat. You better put on a suit. If you don't, you're gonna be out of place.
Yeah,
they're gonna think you sweeping up the horse poop.
Really?
But see, when I went to the Derby, like I said, I didn't actually go to Churchill Downs.
Yeah.
I went to like the little strips, the parties with the cars and all that.
Yeah.
I want to go, bro, but I'm not a big suit kind of guy, and my wife doesn't own any kind of big hats or nothing like that. So I just feel like I'd be out of place.
Well, yeah, if you better get one if you go to Churchill Downs. You better act like you own a horse, boy.
Yeah. You better act like you coming in with money and saying
you better fake it for one day. You gonna go to Churchill Downs.
Maybe I can go rent a suit or something.
Man, go get you a tux. But not tux, man. You ain't gotta get no tux. Get
No.
Yeah, just get you a nice suit.
Get you a fine linen suit with some slippers, and get the wifey a nice little dress with a big old hat. You good. You be good.
So it's either that or go to New York for the weekend.
Hey,
you can watch the Derby in New York. I mean, yeah.
I really want to say
I've never been to New York.
Yeah.
I don't have no interest going to New York.
You never been to New York before, BC?
Nope. Don't have no interest.
Oh man, dude, it's nice up there, bro.
I don't want to go where you can't go no trees at.
In the summertime, don't be there in the wintertime.
Yeah.
We was talking about that big month. Yeah. 36 inches of snow in like 12 hours, and I was like, I'm done with this. I'm going back to Kentucky.
I am too, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that weather stuff, bro. And cold. And, my wife, she's from there, so that's why I ended up starting going to New York.
Your wife's from where?
There. She's from New York. She's from Brooklyn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then.
I'd go to Niagara Falls over in New York. Dude, New York is just so much fun, man.
I bet it is. My wife want to go. She want to go bad. I'm going to end up going because she wants to go so bad. I never, I want to go to New York. Miami. I love Miami.
Yeah, I like Miami too. Hey, I wonder if the Knicks are going to be playing this weekend if I go, and how much is a ticket to go see Karl Anthony Towns play? That's more than my mortgage.
It's the playoffs, so you're gonna be paying a good little something. You're gonna be paying some nice crumbs.
Yeah. I see why you can't afford a suit. Nobody said no wonder Mike's mind's so good. His woman keeps him in line. Yes, she does.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're Brooklyn at. So
better not get out of line.
But I get out of line. So
BK.
So I just get the housing price there, man, is so ridiculous, bro. I actually wanted to move there, but because of the winters, I actually wanted to move there, but because of the winters, I told her we're not going to be able to do that because my body would break. It would break literally as well too, man. Man.
I could imagine.
Yeah, the winters there is too cold, bro. I haven't been there in like 12 years though. 12, 13 years, I haven't been there. They've been there about 10 times. I haven't been.
See, I'm a down south guy.
I'm an international guy, bro.
I would like to be international too.
Yeah,
like James Bond.
Yeah,
I would like that.
Yeah, I'm an international guy, bro. I can't travel stateside. There's nowhere in the United States that I want to go, bro.
I feel you on that. Yeah,
it's nowhere I want to go, bro.
I would like the international stuff.
Yeah, I do, man. So, Jimmy, wasn't there something that came out on why Kentucky wasn't going to be able to do any of like the international games, like in the Maui and like stuff like that? Because I mentioned a question yesterday, and a lady mentioned that she would love for us to get rid of the Champions Classic and go to Maui or something like that. So, is it why come we're not doing it? Are we doing it every 4 years or whatever?
Well, okay. Our summer trip we had, 2 or 3 years ago, where we played in the summer.
Yeah,
you can do like an international like playing doing that, or you can play in like the Maui Classic, whatever that big $1 million tournament now that they have in Las Vegas.
Yes.
But we just haven't. We're not eligible yet. And the thing is, if you're wanting to, and I believe Mark Pope is wanting to play in the Maui Classic. Kentucky fans love that Maui Classic.
They do.
But you just can't say, okay, I want to play this year. Though they have it like scheduled a year and a half, 2 years out of the teams that is going to be in the Maui Classic and get it locked in. Then they might have a team that drops out. But it's basically already set. But I think I know this year we're not, but I believe next year you're going to see some kind of us playing in the Maui, that champion, Vegas tournament with 16 different teams. But I believe Mark Pope wants to play the Maui Classic, at least his first one, and get that out of the way. But and maybe then you can play in it every 4 years. You can only play it but one every 4 years. So
because I was curious on when because she mentioned it as well, in her comment, and I didn't really have an answer for it at the time, wanting to get back to Maui. Maui's nice, bro. So just being in Hawaii. Hawaii is beautiful, bro.
I bet.
Dude.
I've never been.
I lived there for 6 years, I think it was, and it was. We actually moved from Maui. Well, not Maui. We was on a big island of Oahu. So we actually left Hawaii and we moved to Japan, and it was cold in Japan. So we got off the plane in Japan. The first thing I said is, only an idiot would leave Hawaii for this. Because it was cold and we didn't have any winter clothes. We had to all go out and buy winter clothes. We thought that Japan was going to be nice weather. No, we was definitely surprised by how cold it was there when we got there. So I never went to Maui, of course, to the Big Island, because I was working. We was always leaving Hawaii to go overseas or further overseas to work. But I really enjoyed it. I went 8 years. Nobody says I went 8 years ago. I loved it, but too much turbulence for me to go back.
I don't like turbulence.
And dude, what is going on? I'm sorry, guys. Look, it's some Monday night. Not much really going on for college, for college sports. So we just having a good chat right now. Guys, what's up with all the planes dropping out of the sky these days?
Man,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, like my dad always say, if a plane falls out of the sky, it shouldn't be a surprise.
Well, okay. Okay. I ain't flying no more, then. Okay.
Yeah. That took me off. I'm gonna be driving from here on out.
No, nobody said I was that dude that opened the window shades when we was over the ocean and woke everybody up. All that sunlight came in.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a different. Hey, being up that high, the Lord is saying, "Look what I got." Because when you raise up that window shade and all that all that light just comes through, you be like, "Lord, is that you?"
Yeah. You up there closer.
Yeah. You up there. Hey, you can. Let's touch fingers.
Yeah.
That's how high you be.
Man. Flying is definitely a faith level thing, man.
Yeah, it is, bro.
Yeah.
It's you are up there 20,000 feet in the air, and anything can go wrong. It's like, hey man, my daddy said if a plane fall out of the sky, it shouldn't be no surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. I took what was it, like a 16-hour flight before?
See, that's crazy.
That's it, dude. No. He took an 8 hour.
That's 2 days of school.
Yeah. You take an 8 hour nap and wake up and still got 8 hours to go.
I can imagine that, man.
The ocean and only see the sun. He said, "I want to see the ocean, but only see the sun." Yep. So, we was actually flying to Ireland on a helicopter back in the day, and we was over water, but we was in France, and the guy the aircrew guy came back here and says, "Hey, everybody needs to put on their little we call it a poopy suit or whatever, because it's for cold weather water. He said we just lost an engine.
Really?
Yeah, I was young, dude. I was younger than. Oh, bro, I panicked.
Man.
I panicked, bro. Yeah.
Man, what a bad boy.
So, man, I was terrified
Man.
over that, dude. Yeah, for
Hey.
sure. But, yeah, I mean,
hey, man, that make you poop on yourself.
Yeah.
You up there,
real,
man.
yeah. I'm going to use this suit as well.
Oh.
But I tell you what, man, I have a feeling that with the support that Coach Pope is getting and that he already has gotten, I feel like when it's time to go back to Maui or anywhere to the Bahamas or any of that, I got a feeling now. Not saying that that people didn't travel with Coach Cal, but I feel like it's a different atmosphere with Coach Pope, and I really feel like when it's time for us to make that trip, especially if we're winning ball games at a high level and we're putting up some banners or whatever, the trip down there, dude, is I mean BBN will definitely paint that country town or wherever they at. They would definitely paint that. Of course, in Hawaii, it's still the states, but they would definitely paint that blue for sure. So I look forward to that too. No, if the oxygen mask drop down on me, I'm flying that play one way or another or going for a parachute. I wish it was a parachute, but I mean, those long flights, man, is I don't like it. People ask me, hey man, why come you don't come home a whole lot? Because I got to do those long flights, and I got to go. Going on vacation is always much happier, but when you got to go back,
oh yeah,
that flight is long, bro. You'd be like, I don't want to do it. So I just tell my wife that it's easier for them to come to see me. So I don't have to take that. So I got to take that flight. So you guys just fly to see me, okay? I mean, it's a good flight for you guys.
16 hours, man, in the air. That's a long time.
It's a long flight, bro. Yep.
Man, I ain't never I ain't never flew that long. Man.
Yeah, it's a long flight.
Man, that'd be a whole lot of praying.
The whole flight, huh?
Man, it'd be a whole lot of praying.
Whole lot of praying.
Man.
Yep. So I flew one time, bro, where it was just like dude, you're about to die. Like you're really about to die. Like, can I send it? Like I was typing a text until we leveled out. I was sending a text, bro. I was like, look, I ain't gonna make it. I love you guys. Okay, the key, the spare key is in the lock.
No, man, I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, when you get on the plane and you in the middle of writing your will, I don't want to do that.
No,
I don't want to do that, man. I can fly 5-6 hours.
Yeah,
16 hours, man. Man, I can't imagine that.
I flew from Chicago to San Francisco. And then back, but that's the longest I've ever. And I think that was like 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
I ain't never say that I won't, but then you're gonna have to do me like Mr. T in the 18.
In the 18, knock him out.
Yeah, knock me out for 16 hours. Wake up when you get there.
It's always better when you don't have a plane full of kids, neither, because when you got kids who are angry on flights like that, it's just not good. He said, BC, we hit turbulence and a nun was over there praying her rosemary beads. I looked at the lady next to me and said, that can't be good. She said, she'd hold my hand. And I said, okay.
Man, shoot, man. Hey. See, the turbulence like that when nuns over praying, you know that's bad.
I'm like, Lord.
That's bad turbulence, man.
Like, Lord.
I'm gonna be praying regardless. No turbulence or whatever.
It's a long flight, bro. You just, I guess you just get used to it and you just sit back and just ride. But you don't get used to that though.
Man, I would, man. Shoot, I had to be like in 30 or 40 16-hour flights for me to get used to that.
Yeah, that's.
I had to be on flight attendant status for me to get used to that. It can't be no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in like 5 years.
Yeah.
It can't be that.
It's got to be, I got to do this at least once a month.
To
get ready.
Twice a month for me.
He said twice a month.
Yeah, it gets
For
16 hours. Think
That's
about
crazy. That is so. So I definitely would myself would want to travel to an international. I never went to an international game before. When it comes to Kentucky, I've been to an international game for NBA in Abu Dhabi, but that was a real fast flight right there. Didn't have to take a long trip for that, so that worked out. Now you
How
didn't get
fast was
used.
that?
The flight from there to there.
Was
Maybe
you
about an
flying
hour.
from? Was you flying from the States?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was only
That's
about a.
okay.
It was
Okay,
it was only about
I was like, man, what was you on, man? You
Yeah.
on a rocket?
it was about an hour and 45-minute flight, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's
wasn't bad.
nothing.
It took me to fly from Abu Dhabi to Egypt. It took me 3.5 hours, I think it was, to fly there. Yep.
Oh man, yeah, that's I can dig. Yeah,
I can dig it.
Skill.
I think it was like 2 hours from. It was 2 hours from Egypt to Turkey, so that wasn't bad neither.
Yeah,
that wasn't bad.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah,
ain't nothing, man.
No, you don't get used to dropping 10K feet and being OG. For real.
The only thing about flying 16 hours, they feed you, don't.
Yeah. But you remember what happened to Kevin Hart on his movie on Soul Plane? He got some of that chicken shrimp boat, and he ended up in the toilet. It wasn't good.
Oh yeah.
So, but it'd be good. It depends. It really depends on your. Really depends on your airline too as well. Yeah. So, I'm actually
go ahead. Steak would make it better. Good steak and baked potato on a 16-hour flight. That give me something to look forward to.
You better go first class then.
Yeah.
First class. First class, because
you ain't gonna get no peanuts.
In first class, you can actually lay down and go to sleep in your bed.
Yeah.
You can just let it back.
That's why I need first class.
It's about $10,000.
Oh no, I don't need first class.
I
don't care if I was filthy rich.
Take that coach. Yeah,
I don't care if I was filthy rich now. If I'm gonna fly that much and pay $10,000, I'll buy my own jet.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Guaranteed Mile High Club. Yeah, man, you gotta get that at Mile High Club. I mean, some of those, and being in contracting, a lot of guys, they be like, look, I'm not flying coach. I'm flying first coach. I used to have guys. It used to be guys who wouldn't even go online to book a ticket. They would go the same day to the airport. I want first class, and I'm out of here.
Well, the reason why, Big Mike, because they don't. It's like anything else. You fly first class. You ain't gonna want to go back to coach.
No, exactly.
You ain't gonna want to do that, man. If you done ate a steak, you don't want to go back to the noodles.
Yeah, you don't.
I think first class people be looking at us regular folks to be like, keep moving.
Yeah.
Hey, this right here does not concern you at all. So just don't look at us. Because when you get on a plane with first class guys, they already got their champagne that they've already got the champagne poured for them, and they are sitting there with their feet. They already got their feet kicked back and their headsets on. They got their own little personal little TV going on. I'd be like, look, you guys suck. Okay.
And besides, swag, don't they?
Yeah. Besides, if I sat in the back of the plane, I land before you anyway. So it don't even matter.
Yeah.
Hey, the back wheels touch down before you guys anyway. That's for sure. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if Kentucky goes on another one of those big long trips. I definitely want to try to get me some tickets to go. That would be a lot of fun as well too. Man, basketball seems like it's so far away, but football
is so far away.
He said it is far away.
Yeah, football. Yeah, and baseball season ain't
But see, BC, you talk baseball. I'm not sure about you, Jimmy, but BC, you talk baseball. I don't talk baseball though.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, but I'm just putting it in perspective. It's a while to basketball.
Yeah.
Well, you did know that Kentucky baseball beat Louisville 17-5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, they beat them twice.
They won the series with South Carolina. They won the series with Tennessee.
South Carolina.
Well, the baseball team's good.
Well, they still need some work. I heard that they need some wins to. I don't know that they're going to get like a super region like they did last year.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
No. And here's the thing about them is for the baseball team is they're 10-11 in the SEC.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last year, if I'm correct,
Man,
Jimmy,
they ain't that good.
I don't care for baseball, but UK beat number 4 Tennessee and Louisville. Yeah, I'm saying like I'm with nobody. I don't know. I don't really follow baseball a whole lot.
Well, I don't follow that much either.
Yeah, but they beat Tennessee and Louisville, so that's
that's always a plus.
That's always a plus.
It was table tennis.
Yeah, I know, right? We
could
could beat those guys. Yeah, and Tennessee's pretty good this year as well too. Jimmy, I'm not sure if you guys heard, but it seems like Nick Mangione may get hired by Mississippi State next year for next year's team. Yeah.
Huh.
And
I have not heard that. No.
They are supposedly a really, really great program. And if that's the case, they got better facilities than UK and everything. So how does UK keep him there at Kentucky if one of the best teams in the country wants him to coach their team? I guess that says a lot about UK for having a solid coach in baseball, but he's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then of course we got football coming up. Dude,
I'm ready for some football.
Are you for real?
Yeah, you're not ready for football?
You know what? With
Mike,
football,
you're not ready for football. You play football.
Hey,
look. Here's the thing with football, though, is man. I just look. We playing a lot of SEC games this year. Can we make it to the bowl game? And
I know why. Steve, you just told on yourself.
Why?
I know why you're not ready for football.
Why is that?
Because Kentucky ain't no good. That's what. Just go say it.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say it, but I'm just saying it for you.
Yeah, I just
because Kentucky ain't no good in football. That's why you're not ready for it.
I don't know, bro.
You're not ready for football. What if Kentucky was coming out with a stud quarterback and receivers, and they like top 10 and coming in, and they are picked to be top 3 team in the SEC? You would be ready for football.
I'll be saying go blue.
See?
Yeah. Come on, football team. See? Look, football team, don't let us down this year, okay? Can we make a bowl game? Can we be
ready to make a trip to the Kroger Field?
I might do that. You know what I'm saying? No problem.
I just want our squad to make the playoffs. We got what's our playoffs now? 12 teams, 16 teams. What's the playoffs?
12 teams.
I just want us to get in a playoff. It could be the 12th seed. I just want Kentucky football to make the playoffs. I'm not concerned about them bowls, the Outback Bowl, the Hickory Barbecue Smoke Bowl. Man, come on, man. I want our team to make the playoffs. I know it's not going to happen this year, but
look. The question is Mark somebody said Commonwealth Stadium.
Yeah, well,
hey, that's old school, right?
That's old school, yeah.
Is Mark Stoops? I was going to say Mark Pope, but it is Mark. Is Mark Stoops the person to take us? If there's ever a chance for us to get to a bowl game, is Coach Stoops the guy that's going to get us there?
No.
Well, isn't he the best coach in UK football history?
No.
By numbers. We're talking numbers wise.
Well, what about the numbers?
The numbers isn't he the best coach in Kentucky football history when it comes to numbers with the most wins?
If you can say he's got the most wins.
Why he is. So why don't you feel like
that don't make him best coach?
I understand that. I'm talking about for Kentucky ever.
That don't make him best coach because he got the most wins.
Okay, so then if he's not the guy that's going to get us to the playoffs,
it's like this. It's like this. If Kentucky football is cool with making a bowl, and forgive me for thinking that way.
Yeah.
If they're not trying to make the playoffs or win a national championship, okay, he's your coach. I'm just going by. We talk about wins. I'm just going by what he has done since he been there. If you good with just going to a bowl and Music City Bowl or whatever, and you're not trying to get in the playoffs to win a national championship, he's your guy.
But is the fan base okay with that though? With just making a bowl game?
In football?
So that's the standard. It's just make a bowl game.
It's
Music City Bowl
for
the Liberty Bowl
for a long time.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we didn't even get to a bowl last year, and this year the conference, the schedule is even harder than it was last year. Are we even going to get to 4 wins this year? I mean, the fan base has just got to deal with what it is. If we get to 6 wins and goes to the Music City Bowl, that might just be what it is. I mean, we don't have outstanding quarterbacks. We don't have the best running backs, wide receivers, the best offensive, defensive line. It's just
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Just get to a bowl game, huh?
Well, I mean, right now, until you get to a better bowl game than the Music City Bowl, and maybe get to like whatever Cotton Bowl or Sugar Bowl, or when you start doing that, then you can start talking that you got an elite program.
So with that being said, what your question is Mark Stoops the guy that could get you to a national championship or playoffs? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I'm right there with BC.
Oh, but we're Kentucky.
But you gotta have the players though. You gotta get some players in. You can't. You gotta get some studs. You gotta get some studs in.
Jimmy, can you talk
Especially
about
the quarterback?
Absolutely, Jimmy. I know you know briefly. Can you talk about the new business or company or whatever that UK is doing that's just becoming an LLC?
Well, I watched a little bit on it, and it's kind of confusing to figure it out. But the athletics program, it's not like part of the University of Kentucky anymore. It's part of an LLC company, and that company is going to pay the coaches, coaching staffs, the players, and all that. Now, it still answers to the University of Kentucky, and Kentucky still is like in charge of everything. But from what I understand with this, if Kentucky, if they wanted to build a brand new stadium or gymnastics facility anywhere, they do not now have to go through the legislation of Kentucky. And all the paperwork, and it takes a long process for them to get that done. So now they can just like act as a business, go out and buy it, and 3 days later they can be constructing the land, getting it ready for whatever they want to do. But it's what Duke has done. Northwestern has done it. I believe. Vanderbilt does it, and because they was like private schools, and they still are. But the thing is, Kentucky now is the first non-private school to actually do this.
So will Mitch Barnhart have any say-so on how this is ran, or is this bigger than him?
No, I mean, Kentucky still runs basically everything, but this LLC, and they call it Champions Blue. That's what the company is called, Champions Blue. So that, they have understanding. I believe now with Kentucky being an LLC, that you do not have to disclose what the coaches makes or what a player is going to be making. But Kentucky said they still will disclose that and let the public know what Mark Pope is making, assistant coaches, all that. It's just moving it into a different venue because I believe pretty soon the way it's going to be is that these players coming to Kentucky, football, basketball, tennis, they're going to be employees
Okay.
instead of just players. They're going to get paid a base, type, and that's what they said that this is going to help out with. And in the future, it's going to make it a lot better for UK athletics, for every sport, men's and women's.
Oh man, that's
They no longer
BC.
student athletes.
Yeah, they'll be like paid employees. As far not right now, but I heard that's what it's going to trend into within the next 2 or 3 years.
And then they're gonna have a salary cap.
Probably, yeah.
It's gonna be just like the NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
But aren't
Business.
they going? But aren't they going to do that across college sports anyhow?
I believe
It's going to have the cap anyhow.
well,
If it's coming, if they doing LLCs and all that stuff, yeah, it's going to come to that.
There's other universities I've even heard, like Michigan, other teams are about to jump on the same this type of LLC, business type for the programs.
Won't something like this raised? Well, I guess if there's a cap, then you won't be able to. But until there's a cap into place, once this right here takes effect, say next year, because they've already got their teams for this year. But let's just say next year, won't the players start demanding even more money than even what they're asking for now? And if so, where does the money come from?
I guess they're still going to get the budget of having 10 or 12 million a year, for that for basketball. I don't know what football is about. I don't know what the baseball, volleyball, softball, but I know that they said this will free up a lot for like the alumni, like past players and past people to even give more money and use that money also. But if it's trending in this way, like BC said, it's going to be where you're going to have to have a salary cap or something, because you just can't keep on saying, okay, 1 year I'll give 4 million, then the next year I'll give 5 million for, like, saying the best player coming out of college, high school basketball next year is Tyrone Stokes, and are they going to say, I'll give you 4 million, and then
he's going to have to get an agent?
They're going to have agents, but then the next year another player comes out and we'll say, okay, we'll give you 5 million. It's got to stop somewhere.
It's just man, this right here could get a lot of worse than it does before it gets better. But I mean, hats off to UK who's taking this initiative to changing how they do business, and hopefully, because everyone knows that the football program at most schools, or if not all schools, they bring in more revenue just because you can have 65,000 people in the stands, or 60,000, whatever it is, 65,000 in Kroger Field versus 20,000 or so in Rupp Arena. So the football program brings in a lot more money, but it seems like we're hearing more about the big payouts more so at Kentucky basketball than you do at football. So are we going to have to go out and to be able to get a quarterback, a 5-star quarterback that's considering Alabama, Ohio State, these big powerhouses? Are we going to have to go out and open up the checkbook and really open it up and say, here's 5 million, come play for Kentucky?
Yeah.
Is that what it's going to take for Kentucky to be able to get to that playoff game?
That's where it starts. You're gonna have to pull a Tim Couch out somewhere.
Yeah,
that's where it starts. Quarterback. You gotta have that stud as quarterback. That's the NFL, college. That's where it starts. Quarterback.
Gotta recruit, and Vince Merrill is the best. Lose him and lose recruiting. UK the only team other than Michigan or an Ohio State that gets snow. It's amazing what they've been able to do. But here's just let me play the bad guy for a second. If Vince is so good as a recruiter, then why are we not getting the high or a 5-star quarterback that wants to play at Kentucky? Is Vince Merrill? Is he a good recruiter when it comes to mid-range 4-stars, 3-star players? Because we're not like we don't have a bunch of 5-star players knocking down our door trying to get into the program because Vince Merrill gives them a phone call. So is it just being at Kentucky? It is what it is. I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah.
nobody knows something on. I don't know. Maybe he's recruiting them and they playing rugby or something. I don't know.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think Vince Murray is doing I think he's doing a good job. Is he doing a good job?
You think he's doing a good job?
Well, is he doing a good job that's going to get you, that's building a team that's going to get you to the playoffs? Or is he giving you a team that is good enough to get a Citrus Bowl game?
That's what I was getting ready to say, fellas.
Yeah.
It depends on who says this is a good job. It depends on what the stat quo is. Like you said, is it just to get a bowl? If that's the case, doing a good job. Is it to get to a playoff? If that's the case, no, he's not doing a good job. That's the way I look at it. It just depends on the levels of what you think a good job is.
So
I'm trying to get these Kentucky football up to another level.
Oh, absolutely.
That's my wish.
I'm with you on that.
That's my wish. If Kentucky football goes to another level along with basketball, oh man, it's lovely in Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know what I love hearing? Touchdown, Kentucky! I love hearing that, bro. Like that's classic, dude. That's a classic comment or like explosion of excitement. Is when we hear that right there.
So with what nobody's saying that he is doing a great job recruiting. So I got to give him the benefit of the doubt by saying it. Nobody by saying it. Because from my perspective, I'm looking at it like, man, I want to get to playoff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen, like you said, no 5-star stud at the quarterback or anything like that. So I got to give him the benefit of the doubt of him saying that he's a good recruiter based on what the requirements are. The requirements might be different versus basketball.
Oh, man, dude. Like I don't think we're I mean, how many 5-star guys do we have on the team right now? Deion Walker's gone. I think he was a 5-star. Or he was a very, very high 4-star. But I think he was towards the bottom of the 5 stars. But I think he got his 5th star. So how many guys on our team, Kentucky football? And I don't know that. So if anybody knows right off the bat.
I have no idea.
But I mean, dude, we can't even get one true 5-star. And I think who said that? Somebody, Peanut said, let me throw this up right here. Peanut said this: 5-star quarterbacks want talent around them. Don't matter how good you are if there's nobody to block.
That's
the whole thing. So
what I'm saying, it starts with the quarterback, the 5-star quarterback.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to put talent. Because here's the thing: you can have great receivers. We have a good receiver core.
Yeah.
You can have great receivers. You can have good running back. But if you ain't got no good quarterback, what you got?
And these quarterbacks, ABC, and these quarterbacks are asking, who's blocking for me?
Yeah.
Who's going to catch my balls for me? Oh, you ain't got nobody to catch my balls? No, I'm not going there because that's my bread and butter. Putting the ball in the air and putting it into a receiver's hands. If I got nobody to catch it, I'm not going.
Then we lost Dane Key.
We lost the other kid too as well.
Yeah.
That went to LSU. So
it's getting that 5-star quarterback, that quarterback is as a stud is a start. But if I'm a receiver and I see, okay, Kentucky got top 5 quarterback in the nation, threw for 5,000 or 6,000 yards last season in high school. As a receiver, I'm gonna be like, I want some of that.
Yeah, you get excited about playing with certain people.
So a big time quarterback draws like a Manning in Texas. It draws other players.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yep.
But it has to be a balance. You gotta have some guys to catch the ball. You can't have no Elmer Fuds out there.
And then another thing is Coach Stoops going to let his offensive coordinator be an offensive coordinator, or is he going to have strings on him and you're going to run what I want you to run? Are we going to be a team that's going to be? I can't speak for all the BBM, but I think it's safe to say that a lot of fans out there want us to be very aggressive with that football, and I don't think we are. And when you got 3rd and 6 and you running the ball, come on, man. That speaks for itself. I don't trust my quarterback. I don't trust my receivers because I'm afraid we might get picked off. So at the best, let's just keep the ball in our hand and let's punt it and then let's play field position. Come on, man. You got to be aggressive. You got to go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's the way I look at it. I look at that. If you're going to get beat anyway, get beat trying.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, don't hold back. If it's 4th and 2, go for it. I mean, if you're down 7, 10 points, 4th and 2, go for it. I mean, don't play for the second half. Play for that second that's on the field.
Yep.
And the thing with Stoops not letting the offensive coordinator, then why do you have an offensive coordinator? Just do it yourself. If you think you can't, if he can't do what you asked him to, and then when he tries to do something, you pull the rug out from under his legs.
You can't
just do it. Yeah, do it yourself.
You can't do that. You got to trust the offense coordinator and the defense coordinator.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that's what pushed Lim Corin out. It brought him back, but I think it was easy for him to decide that he was going to leave because if I call offensive plays on a professional level, and then you bring me here to Kentucky, and you ain't gonna let me do my job, then what good am I? We'll see, man. But I mean, I love Kentucky football, and there's nothing like it. I love seeing them run out with their uniforms on. I love the colors. I love when we get a good sack. But I believe that, first of all, I hope this year that the culture has changed. I hope that we got people in there. Nell's going to say enough of that. It was Brown and Key who left. So, I hope he has control of the team this year and says we got to win football games. So we got to leave everything else outside the locker room. We got to win ball games.
Okay.
If that's not the case, if we don't go to a bowl game this year, is Stoops done?
If you get, say you got this is just coming off the top.
Yeah.
Say you got Urban Meyer at Kentucky.
Okay.
Will that change the temperature?
Yes. Yes, it would.
Okay.
Yeah.
What say Bill Belichick came to Kentucky?
Yes.
Will that change the temperature?
Yes, it would.
So, in other words, you said, "Hey, we need a new coach."
Hey, I ain't smart.
We need one of those coaches that change the temperature in the room.
Well, you know what? I think
like a Dion at Colorado.
Yeah. I need you. Go ahead and clean out your locker. You're not good enough to play here. See you later, big guy.
Is Kentucky football built like that?
Nope. That's why we at. That's why going to a bowl game, no matter what bowl game it is this year, I think he saves his job.
See, I'm getting tired of that, man, because you don't know how upset I get watching Kentucky football.
Oh, I do too.
You don't know how mad I get watching Kentucky football. I'm kind of tired of the trying to just get one of these bowls. Now that you have a playoffs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me. I'm maybe I'm pushing it too far. I don't want to pee down nobody's leg, tell them it's raining.
Look. Imagine having to get up and believing in your Wildcats enough that you get up every ball game, sometimes 2:00 in the morning, 3:30, 4:00 in the morning, and you get up and you watch this ball game, and you know that when the game is over, you going straight to work, unless you already in the car watching the ball game. So you've been up for just 2 a.m. Actually, you got to get up, make sure that you're able to find the game on whoever who's streaming it. But then you got to watch the whole game, and then you got to go work all day, and you got to be up in the sun and 110-degree weather all day long. And Kentucky just went out there and just played like crap. It sucks. But I love my Cats, though. I ain't bashing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't bashing Stoops. I ain't bashing Vince. Mm-hmm. I ain't bashing nobody because I'm not smart enough to be out there. All I'm saying is make it worth my while. Beat South Carolina on a regular basis. Don't let Vandy come in and beat you just because they got a different quarterback. Those are the games that if you want to say that you're trying to go or trying to stay at a certain level in college football, those are the teams that you got to beat year in and year out. And you got to get a chance to knock off Tennessee once in a while, and you got to find a way to beat Georgia. You know what I'm saying? And you got to find a way to keep beating Ole Miss once in a while too as well. If you're going to keep losing to these teams, you're never going to be able to say that UK is in that. And now with Oklahoma, of course, and Texas in it, bro, it just got brutal. I'm freaking emotional.
So you saying it's about time for a new coach?
You know what? You're not gonna put that in my mouth.
I'm just saying, man.
Said Stoops is not producing deserving enough. Thank you, BC. Somebody needs to say it. Stoops. So I'm asking you then. Since you asking me, because I'm going off what George is saying, are you asking for a new coach?
Yeah, I think we did. That's why I've been saying it. That's why I've been. If my expectations now is let's get a playoff. Let's get SB one of those 12 teams in the playoff. We got the playoffs made college football just great for me.
But isn't that isn't that being
it's
ridiculous
fun.
though? But isn't that wanting to get to the playoffs ridiculous for Kentucky? If we're being real,
is one change and one culture change, and getting some players in.
You know what?
That's all it takes.
Look, I don't work.
Is it wrong for me wanting that? I know. Hey. You see, we at Kentucky, we like basketball. That's all we want. We were basketball. Yeah. We just basketball. Basketball. We get basketball. We'll get them back in basketball. I want to see our football team do good. That's just for being a Kentucky fan all my life. I just want to see our football team have a team to compete and be there at the end where it's like, who's Kentucky going to play in the playoffs? I just want it could be just one season. And then it go back to where it was.
It can go back to the Music City Bowl. I got you.
I'd rather make the playoffs and lose the first game than to go to the Music City Bowl and win.
I got you. Yeah. Just to be there. Just look.
Just to be there.
Yeah.
Be a top 12 team for one time.
When you make it that far and when you get to where you make it to the playoffs, that's a big recruiting tool. Say, look what we made it to. With a piece like you, we could take that extra step and not only get back to the playoffs, but win a game. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like you said,
yeah,
we gotta have another coach to do that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, we're paying what, $9 million a
$9
year
million, yep.
for no bowl games,
Yeah.
and not even winning 6 games. I mean, we're talking wanting to play in the playoffs, that 12-game series, you know, and playoffs, yeah. But
I told we gonna win a game.
yeah, we can't even win a game, you know.
That's just my wish, fellas. I just
Yeah.
Kentucky basketball and female and male, and along with the baseball, and the baseball would be mediocre, whatever.
Yeah.
But when the football team is good, man, it's great. It's gonna be lovely in Kentucky.
Yep.
It's gonna be lovely, man.
Hey, George has a good point. He says when South Carolina and Vanderbilt are better than us in football, that's the breaking point.
Man.
We can't even make it to the SEC championship.
What you said, George.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
hey, no bowl for 1 year after 6 in a row. So, you know what? I'm starting to really think that nobody really loves Coach Stoops. Nobody. Because he's selling Coach Stoops. And look, I can't argue with it. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, here's the point.
That's like I said, I'm giving him benefit of doubt.
Yeah,
but my expectations, his points are irrelevant. Because to you, playoffs. I want to see some playoffs.
What?
I want to see them make the playoffs.
But here's the thing, though.
I want to see them contenders in the SEC and be in the playoff hunt.
Well, that's where it has to be at. We have to be contenders in the SEC in order to at least make it to the playoffs.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because the SEC is the SEC in college football.
But you got to admit
the SEC's like what the SEC was this past basketball season.
But you have
all the time in football.
But if you look, if you're not 1 or 2 in the SEC, you're probably not. Well, Tennessee made the playoffs this year, didn't they? Didn't Tennessee make the playoffs this year?
Made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So who played for the SEC championship? What Bama and Georgia did. So we had 3 teams. So we had 3 teams to get into the. We had 3 teams to get in this year.
Forgot about Texas.
And Texas, we had 4 teams in the SEC in the playoffs this year.
There you go. And our coach is getting paid. What do you say? $9 million?
Yeah,
$9 million. Yeah. For him being the 9th highest paid coach in the NCAA right now, how come we're not one of the top 10 teams?
And I give him the benefit of the doubt. You gotta have the players.
But you got to recruit them. I don't know what's going. I mean, if everybody's talking about our recruiting with everybody is getting better and stuff, but we're still not getting good 5-star players.
Nobody said Joker. Joker, that's hometown boy.
But see, here's the thing with Joker. If Joker was a coach at UK and he had somebody like Vince Merrill helping him to recruit, would he be okay?
Nope. He still wouldn't win that. And Joker come from our hometown.
Yeah.
You know Joker.
Yeah, Joker. Yeah, he walked down the street.
But no, it'd be same. That's what I'm saying. What did I mention? Who did I mention? Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and
Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Joker, much as I love Joker, he ain't in those with those guys.
No, not at all.
NFL champions and college champions. But that's what I'm saying. Is that what it's going to have to take? Somebody that has won something to come to Kentucky.
If Nick Saban came out of retirement and
it moved, the temperature changes.
No,
overnight.
If Nick Saban,
overnight, it changed in North Carolina. That's all I'm saying. But like I said, if they try to get no playoffs or try to win no natty, forgive me.
Then stay where you at, huh?
Forgive me. But I might not watch Kentucky football.
21 says, give me $9 million a year, and those players wouldn't have legs. They would be running so much. Them boys would be running in their sleep.
Like I said, I might be asking for too much.
Yeah.
Man. I'm just tired of Kentucky football of not being competitive. That's all as a fan.
Yeah.
And see that's where my unexcitement comes from at this particular
I know
point
that.
right now.
That's why I told you just go ahead and be truthful.
Yeah, just say it. Hey, say it with your chest, Big Mike. For real. And that's, but one thing I will say about this year, and I've said this already before, I'm glad that you don't hear a lot about what's going on with UK football, because every year we're hearing about how, oh man, we're gonna be good. Oh man, we're gonna win some football games. Oh man, we're gonna do this. Oh man, and then they come out and then they don't do anything. So for me, if you guys are not out there publicizing what it is you're gonna do when the year starts, let's just see, let it translate onto the field, and let us see you talking out there, because that's where it matters at the most. Not about how good we look on paper. Can we go out here and can we translate these? Because I mean, we got to go to Vandy next year. They got their quarterback back. They're gonna be playing in pretty much almost a brand new stadium or something like that. Are we gonna beat Vandy on the road this year? Are we going to beat I think we was at South Carolina.
We got South Carolina on the road. That's like the first 4 games.
Yeah.
We got 3 games at home, and I think South Carolina is like the first road game. Are we going to win the first road game?
Are we going? Are we going to blow out our easy games? Or what's supposed to be easy games? Are we going to blow them teams out, and we're not going to wait till the fourth quarter to pull away? Those are the kind of things that so many fans just want to see. Look, it's football. People love college football. I don't even really watch too much NFL football at all. I may catch it here and there, but I love college football. So are they going to show up on Saturday afternoon? Are they going to win some football games? Are they going to just drop an egg? That's the thing that I want to see. Yeah. Stoops makes $9 million to play in the Music City Bowl every year is insane. That's a lot of money, man. Yeah, but some people are just going to say that making it to a bowl game, we're okay with that, But for some fans, it just unless you compete in every single year, they're just not going to be satisfied. And I think that's the thing for me is just like. We all right. We'll be good. So can we fix that? We don't know for sure. We need to do a show together. Have Mike pass on my info.
Hey,
yeah.
I done said my piece.
Yeah. You are a new coach.
I done said my piece.
Look, over or under 8 wins this year. Just call it. Over or under 8 wins.
Under.
Huh? Under.
If you said 6 wins, under.
Under.
Really?
Man, I don't man.
You must not have. You over playing spades. And you don't see good. You don't have a good hand.
Oh, what do you think? You think they're gonna win 8 games?
I'm going with. Hey, we're gonna go to commercial break, okay, guys?
Yeah.
We're gonna go to commercial break for a minute. 7 games. Let's win 7. I don't know.
You think they're gonna win 7?
Under. Yeah. Hey, BC would take Joker back if it meant we went to the playoffs guaranteed. Who wouldn't?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think
everybody in Lexington would take Joker back.
Yeah.
If you're guaranteed to make the playoffs. If they said, Joker, you can come back to Kentucky, you guarantee a 12th spot.
Yeah.
No matter what you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd take anybody back if they're gonna get us to the playoffs.
Nobody says we
bring Hal money back.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
We gonna guarantee playoffs.
Hey, nobody said we lucky to make a bowl with the 5th hardest schedule in the nation. Well, if we got
there's
the
your
5th,
answer.
There you go. Hey,
nobody just gave you your answer.
There you go. Sign it, write it down.
Yeah. Let's take a. I'm taking a nobody. I'm taking a mental picture of that comment, okay? Because that's somebody said 4 games is all we winning this year. But it's Cutter Bowl. He ain't gonna start, is he? I think they brought in that. They brought in that Indiana other quarterback to start. I don't think he's even gonna start this year.
Give you that Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it was like this, BC. That's all you got.
Yeah.
So I don't even think I mean, there's a top high school coach somewhere that can coach better than Stoops. I'm starting to think. Hey, I'm starting to think George don't like Coach Stoops very much.
Yeah.
George is hey man.
Yeah.
He's just putting it out there, man.
Yeah. They brought in Calzada to start. Cutter's not starting.
I don't think he is.
No, he ain't starting. They brought in Calzada to start, and that's a shame because I knew the guy's name, but I forgot it.
They might be going back and forth.
Probably. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Cutter Bowl, he's sticking around. Just watch, he would get the starting job. He played better than Brock last year. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't think you bring in Calzada to be a backup. Maybe so. I don't know, but I mean, it's iffy a little bit. I mean, your competition makes everybody better though. But I don't know. I mean, you got a seasoned quarterback in Calzada. You got Cutter Bowl, who only started a couple of games when the games already didn't matter anyway. I don't know. It's a lot of money out there. Bowley got his head taken off against Louisville. Yeah, he did. Let's just hope he has short-term memory in a good way. So he was fine in other appearances. Cutter looked bad versus Louisville. Yeah, Louisville made a mess of it. That's for sure. I can live with 5 wins, but give me an excited offense that puts points on the board. I gotta have I can't. Hey, Snake Oil. I can't just win 5 games, man. Give me 6 games, at least get me to Nashville. You know what I'm saying? At least. And look, these postseason games, they're good for the guys who didn't get to play a whole lot because then they get those extra reps. They get to spend some more time in the weight room. You know what I'm saying? So, we got to win some games. Cutter Bowl had 338 yards, 2 TDs, and 4 interceptions. Don't look like he's starting this year, man.
No, yeah.
Lee, appreciate that. Hey, by the way, guys, if you guys are watching, please don't forget on Thursday nights with Leah and Jimmy. Those guys will be live. They talk, I mean, it's not a lot of recruiting stuff going on, but believe me, they'll make the show fun because they work good together. So, they'll have another fabulous show, that's for sure. I'll be happy with 7. Yeah, 7 wins, and BC, don't bite my head off for this, but if we win 7 games, I'll be happy.
I know you would.
I'll be happy.
I know.
We do a little bit better than going to Music City.
I had a sister that was happy with $10 child support.
With how much?
$10, because that was the only thing she could get.
So I guess
so you're gonna be happy with what you could get. You're gonna be happy with what you can get.
Yeah.
If you get 7 wins, you're gonna be happy with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that overachieving if they win 7 games this year?
With the schedule of the 5th best schedule in the conference, that's overachieving.
Like I said, man, I done put it out there.
BC said you should mute. BC said you should mute yourself for saying something like that.
No, I done put it out there, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I would love for Kentucky to start making the playoffs and be competitive in the SEC, and that's not going to happen. And that's not going to happen. I just put it like that.
Not going to happen. Why?
Because we're not good enough.
Because of why?
Because of why?
Yeah, because of why?
We're not good enough.
Because of why?
Because we're not good enough.
No. Say it. We're not what? We're
What
not
you want
good
me to
enough.
say?
Why? Why we're not good enough for?
Because we just don't have players that and quarterbacks.
What
You
else?
want me to say the coach? Okay. Well, yeah. That's. I thought I already said that.
Yeah, I believe we already made it.
Yeah. I didn't know where you was going there. I thought I already done said that. I said that off the top.
Man, that quarterback Calzada, he had 3,700 yards last year, 35 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. And according to Peanut, he's a 7-year senior. He ain't come here to set the bench. The quarterback, he ain't come here to set the bench.
No.
But once again, we've gotten quarterbacks that was in other conferences that really had really good years, and then they came to Kentucky, and we was like, well, where they at?
Yeah.
But it also goes along with, are we gonna have a solid O line? Because I don't care who you bring in here as quarterback. If we don't have a good line, we're done. Our quarterback got sacked. He got sacked 10,000 times last year.
Man.
That's what it comes down to.
Didn't he?
He was on his back the whole year, man.
Man, we get a first down, be 1st and 10. Then the next play it'd be 2nd down, 13. Then go up there and be 3rd down, 13. Then
40. It just one thing about Kentucky, man, is that if we are a team at Kentucky that if we don't get ahead of the chains, we don't tend to do well. And that's gonna have to change as well. It looks like Peanut said Mark Stoops looks like a boiled hot dog. That is
tell us how you feel. Tell us how you feel.
Tell us how you really feel. Jamari Macklin got paid this offseason too. He better show out. Yeah.
Look, don't get me wrong. I always like Coach Stoops.
Yeah. I ain't got no ill will.
Come from a football family.
Yeah.
But I'm just like to the point now, I think we need a change.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
I tell you what,
we need a change.
Well, if we don't make a bowl game, you might get that. For me, I think it's once he did that little stuff with Texas A&M, I think everyone just kind of just said, you know what, you're still here, but it is what it is. Yep.
And like I said, I'm not giving him 100% blame because I know how it is with coaching.
Yeah.
Because you gotta have players.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you gotta have the players.
If that's the case, is it Mitch Barnhart holding them back with money and NIL and all this kind of stuff? That's not helping out.
If you ask nobody,
yeah,
he's the greatest recruiter since Nick Saban.
Yeah,
but if you ask me,
yeah. So nobody. This question is for you. Nobody. What can Mitch Barnhart do for the football program that can help it out? Or is this on the coaching? Is this on the caliber of players? Or what? I'm just curious, nobody. We don't need a change.
And I got a question also, nobody. What if Urban Myers says, I want to coach again, and Kentucky said, okay, we're going to have an interview with Urban Myers. We're going to go after Urban Myers. Will you be okay with that?
Well, here's the issue with that, the buyout. That buyout is big.
I'm just saying it.
I wouldn't even interview him.
Would you do that? Would you guys do that?
21 says, no, you can't blame Mitch Barnhart is the problem. Mitch definitely feels that if he has to replace Stoops, he could upgrade. He brought us Pope and Brooks. Yeah, but that's basketball though. This is football. I don't see
Well, hey, 21 got something going on right there. If you going to replace Stoops, it needs to be an upgrade.
Yeah.
Yep.
It can't be no same level or lower. It has to be. It gotta be a big name. It gotta be somebody that's proven. That's why I'm saying that's the boat I'm on.
Well, who is that?
That's why the guys I mentioned. Y'all heard the guy's name I mentioned. I didn't mention no scrubs when it comes to coaching.
No,
I mentioned Hall of Famers.
Who is that? Let me make sure that I get Summerall. Is that his name? Was it John Summerall? Who's coaching at what, Tulane? I think it is. I can't remember the team he's coaching for, but a lot of people want him back. Yeah, now we talking Urban Meyer or Saban. Yeah, send Stoops back it, but that ain't coming to. So Stoops is the man. Yeah, Stoops is the man right now. Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Yep,
so my expectations of playoffs or national championship.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead.
There we go.
Go ahead. Just throw that away, huh?
That's why I can come on here and vent with my Big Blue Nation family. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. If we're not going, cause Stoops your guy.
Yeah. Snake Oil says, I criticize Mitch a lot, and most of the time it's unfairly and prematurely because he actually thinks his decision is out, and as part of the fan base, I want to see things instantly. I think we all want to see things instantly. We do but you got to think about it, with Mark Pope being here for as long as he has. He just didn't get here yesterday. So
now let's be honest.
Yeah.
If the coaching job at the time, we go back a year, if we go back a year, if the coaching job was pleasable,
yeah,
y'all know that Mark Pope would not be the head coach at Kentucky. Y'all know that.
If George says, if you stop paying Stoops a ridiculous salary, you can buy offensive line to block, because we're gonna have to block. I mean, if we buy point guards and if we buy centers and if we buy forwards and we buy people that can score the basketball, we gotta go buy we don't just need to buy offensive guard. We need to buy a whole offensive line. We do. That we got rid of Cal, we can hire a slime ball for football. I don't know if we want to do that tonight. So, but that's you got to spend some money these days in order to build your team, because other teams are building. And Jimmy, this ain't going away no time soon.
No, that's it.
That's what it makes the world go around.
Yeah,
it really does in sports now more than ever. Right, Porter had been open for 3 days, and I was tripping. We only have one player. We losing guys, but I don't really see us really picking up nobody in the portal. I don't see nobody. We got a guy from LSU just coming in. I'm not LSU, but Alabama coming in. Is that really going to make a big difference at Kentucky? If we don't have the right pieces around it, we need 11 guys on offense, 11 guys on defense that can go out and flat out play football. If we don't, the Georgias, the Texas, the Alabamas, it's going to get to a point where the Vandy's regularly, where the South Carolinas regularly, where the Ole Misses, all these guys are just going to beat us on a regular basis, and it's going to just be Kentucky. And now guys are coming really to Kentucky because they want to play D1 football and they want to get paid. But winning is optional. I think that's what it's coming down to. Yeah, it's time for the alumni to really, really, really reach into that pocketbook. They keep bringing us this NIL purse, and I would never be mad at them for sitting down at Rupp. We'll see. Go for quarterback with second round New Orleans Saints. I didn't know that. Okay. At least we got guys drafted to the NFL. So I guess that's what it's about, right? Get these guys to the next level. No matter if Kentucky's not really going to a bowl game or nothing, we just got to get to the next level. We'll be at the Water Light Festival. Kentucky always been basketball. That's my opinion. And I think everybody's on the same page with that. That this is a basketball
Yeah,
school,
that's
and
not really an opinion. That's a fact.
that's a fact. But we all, being a
But I
Kentucky fan,
still,
yeah,
it can be a change, man.
yeah.
Can we change? We used to ride horses. We got cars now. Just want to
Yeah.
change. I just want just playoffs. That's all. Just playoffs. Just make playoffs.
I hope we can get there. That's for sure, man.
One time.
I hope
Because
we can
when they
get there.
established the playoffs, the first thing that came to my mind when they went 12 games,
What's that?
man, Kentucky can get in there.
They can get in there.
That's what I was thinking. That's the first thing came to my mind. It wasn't all the excitement that came with it.
Yeah.
It wasn't finally seeing a real playoff in college football. It was maybe Kentucky can get in there one year. That's the first thing came to my mind.
Everything's just the stars got to line up. I guess they say line up, and anything is possible. But Kentucky's got to come out and take care of football. And the games that they're supposed to win, they need to win those ball games to even give them a chance to even be in that conversation. Is that we got to be consistent, and it's really all about. I think Jimmy wasn't feeling too well, so I think Jimmy got off with us. But if they can just be consistent, if they can just beat those teams on a regular basis, I think we'd be okay. I would make you. I would make you this bet, BC. If Stoops bring us to the playoffs, I would quit Al 8 cold turkey. Well, get used to him then.
You gonna OD on? Hey man, hey, Coach Stoops. Maybe he, something might happen. I don't know, man. I'm just saying, man. I just would like. I just don't. That's my opinion. It's not a fact. I just don't think Coach Stoops the guy to get us in the playoffs and go to another level. I hope he proves me wrong.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, everyone would love for him to prove us wrong. That's for sure. I guarantee you that as well too. So on the CBS Sports Classic, I want St. John's as a replacement. I want UConn. If we're speaking long term, Clint, I want UConn. We spoke about that earlier, but definitely, I think I would want. And I know that we spoke about this before, but I know that the storyline to play Rick Pitino and all this right here would be really, really good. But I think I'd rather have because I think it looks better on your resume if you beat UConn versus beating just because of everyone looks at UConn every year now as being a team that can win it. St. John's is a good team, but they're not high on the list of being a team that can really compete for a national championship like UConn is now, year in and year out. So I would want to play them because I want to beat the best, even if we are talented as other teams. Do you trust Stoops to manage the clock in close games? He won't manage the clock, BC.
That's a good question.
That's a good I mean that's a fact. Peanut.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's I don't understand about he like Matt Jones of Kentucky Sports Radio always says this. Can we hire somebody to come in and their job is to help manage the clock? That's their job is to help manage that clock because every year
You know what that tells me?
What's that?
If you need to hire somebody to come in and manage the clock, what does that say?
It said that you ain't got hold of it then. As the head coach. That's what it says, ain't it? You said, do I need to say anything else then? Because, hey, don't shoot the messenger because you said it. But I mean.
And like I said, I like Coach Stoops.
I do too. I like him. I like him.
But, hey, man, I feel it's time for a change. I like Kyle Perry. I feel it's time for change.
Time for change, yep. And change is not bad. Change is good for everybody sometimes. He says, you're a bull hot dog. My NL money comment does not apply to Kentucky football. I think we covered everything. Frankly, there is zero reason why UK is not number one. every single year in NIL money in college basketball. It's a lot. Clint, I just went back and I just read your basketball comment for NIL as well. Let's see if we can hang some more banners up. He knows the assignment, so let's go hang some banners. That's for sure. But I would definitely love for us to win 7 games this year in football, at least. And I'm not ashamed to say that because it's Kentucky football, and anything over that, we exceeded that. So at least we get to 7 games.
How many gonna win basketball? Ooh, boy, y'all see that? It was like I hit him with something.
Basketball, we're not going to lose no more than 7 games this year in basketball. We're only going to lose 7 games. And 7 games is a lot for this team got coming in. 7 games is all we losing.
7 games?
Yeah.
So losing 7 games, that's a hell of a record.
But that's too many for Kentucky, though. That's too many. Yeah. Nobody said 40-0. Okay. We ain't lose no more than 7 games this year in basketball. I'm putting it out there right now. I said that.
Yes, you did.
Huh?
Yes, you did.
I did.
It's in the internet world.
Yes, it's out there for good now. Yeah, I'm not deleting this from next year. He's a modern coach that uses analytics. Tulane football has a series on YouTube football. He's a smart guy. That's the guy that I was talking about who people want to replace Coach Stoops when his tenure at Kentucky is over. People want him. Nobody isn't. Nobody isn't crazy. So it means you're in a position to set on the lead and continue to do what no other coach has been able to do at UK. UK basketball picked to win SEC top 5 all year. I don't think George likes Stoops too much.
George can't stand Stoops.
look like George despises.
He wouldn't give Stoops hot water, man.
He probably wouldn't, man. Dang. I don't think George likes him at all. At all. Stoops had 10 plus years. We had not sniffed a conference championship. Time for change. And you know what? Before we can get into any playoffs, can we compete in the SEC? That's what it comes down to. I mean, we had to in 21 when we went 10-2, but like some of those wins got vacated or whatever you want to call it because of the issue. I think that was a year. No, because he was already good. No, it wasn't 21 because I don't think Benny Snell was still here in 21. I think it was one of them years.
Yeah, Snell. Yeah.
No, because it was because Rodriguez. The issue where it got vacated because of Rodriguez. He was going to the running back where he was going to clock in at work but wasn't working. So or something like that. He was getting whatever it was, but we got hit with a violation. We had to vacate some of those games. Polk would have 3 rings before he it's all said and done with. And yes, I am sipping the Kool-Aid Al 8. So, but it's not irrational to say that
Polk will have 3 rings.
Yeah, it's not irrational to say that though. Because it's Kentucky basketball.
3 rings in what?
Basically, before his time at Kentucky's over. But we better hope that we better hope it's 4 more years. At least 3 more years. He better win it. He better three-peat. Yeah, so you better hurry. But you better, if nothing else, you better three-peat this year, starting this year. Because that 5th year, if you ain't doing too good,
it's hard to win that thing in college basketball.
It's hard, man. Yep. But hey, I like the Kool-Aid though. 21.
It's hard to win that thing, man.
Our non-conference schedule is brutal: Indiana, Louisville, Michigan State, UConn, or St. John's. Not sure this team would gel immediately like our 7 super seniors did. Ooh, that's definitely to be seen. That's for sure. BC, what temperature is the stove on for Stoops? I think it's on hot. Hey, you know what? You drinking water at the right time.
Stoops ain't on no stove. He ain't never been on no stove.
You don't think he will be on the stove this year?
He ain't never been on there. Because Kentucky basketball and Kentucky football is different. I was just dreaming, you guys. Now, when we go into standards, standard for Kentucky football is not light in basketball. If that's the case, Mark Stoops would have been gone like 4 years ago. Different standards. So he's ain't never been on no stove. Has he been on the stove?
I don't think he has.
I
think this year.
Now, when you go coach basketball team,
yeah,
you on the stove.
I think this year.
Soon you get there.
I think this year he's on a hot seat, and I'm gonna tell you why. The situation with Texas A&M, and then he come in, and what did we win? What 4 or 5 games last year? That was it. No bowl game because of that, and then you take a bad. Now, if he would have had the Texas A&M situation, and then came out and had a good year, made it to the bowl game and won a bowl, I definitely would say he's not on a hot seat. But doing what you did for Texas A&M, and then coming here and then just the team just running crazy and not winning ball games, I think all eyes is on Stoops this year.
Well, I put it like this: in Kentucky football, you don't know if the coach is on the stove until they get burnt. I'm talking about literally burnt, because you don't know. He can come out lay egg again and be coach next year. Look at it this way: he's getting paid $9 million. $9 million. They say he's getting paid $9 million. Is that a year?
Yeah.
Okay, so how is he on the stove? When he ever been on the stove?
He's on the stove now.
Let that sink in.
Yeah.
When he been on the stove? How is he on the stove getting paid $9 million a year and he going to the buy records for free bowl?
For free bowl.
Think about that. Now think about that. We ain't been on $9 million. When has he been on the stove?
He's on the stove now by a lot of 1 bad year out of 10.
You see that? What nobody said?
Yep, that's true. That's true. But I just think
most wins in Kentucky history. You see what nobody said? That's why I said I gotta give nobody a benefit of that. That's like when I was betting on games.
Yeah.
At like Alabama, I would bet sprites or I would bet stuff like that. I would if a team was playing Alabama or whatever, I would listen to the Alabama fans if I was going to bet against, because the fans would tell you a whole lot about their team.
Yep. That's true.
If you betting, listen to the people you betting against and the fan base. They'll tell you everything you need to know about their team if they're not biased. No bias, like I said, I give them the benefit of doubt.
Yeah.
Because you heard what he said. He ain't Stoops ain't on no hot seat because what?
I'm laughing at George. He said, "I wish I could get $9 million and suck at my job."
Hey, George, we fit.
George is he's my star viewer tonight. Yes, George, you got it. Okay, if not for Stoops, we are begging to make it.
Mark Pope's on the stove. We have established that. When you come coach Kentucky basketball, you are in the pan. The stove might not be on,
but you in
the pan on the stove.
Yeah, people cutting up vegetables to put around you.
Mark Stoops ain't never been in the pan. He been walking around the stove, past the stove. He ain't never been on the stove.
Playing double dutch with the stove.
He ain't never been on the stove, dog. Well, he might have cut the stove on Kyle Perry. He might have just notched the flames up.
I for one, I really hope that that Coach Stoops has a very solid year this year. I really look. And I know you are too. Even though we upset with the performance and we're upset because we're not competing at a high level in SEC. But I think you really wish him that he really has a successful year this year.
Yes,
Because
I do.
yeah, exactly. So I'm saying, it's we want him to win games here at Kentucky. If you're at Kentucky, then we are definitely going to be rooting for you to win football games. It's just where you do it. Peanut, what's Peanut at? Peanut said, if not for Stoops, we'd be begging. Only 5 teams has more SEC wins than Kentucky before last year. I've never been one of those people and I know you're not either, BC. I'm one of the people who's not gonna be like come out and says, hey man, just fire Stoops, just get fire Cal, fire Pope. It's people so much smarter than me that makes those decisions. But I think we as a fan base, we want to see football. We want to see Kentucky football be competitive year in and year out, and winning 4 games, and letting Vandy beat you and losing to South Carolina, who was horrible. That's just the kind of things as fans that we might not call for your head to be dismissed,
Who
but
won't?
we're not angry with the performance. That's for sure.
Who won't?
Well, some people will.
It's easier to fire somebody make $9 million a year versus somebody make $20,000 a year.
I guess so.
Yeah, you guess it. It's a whole lot easier to fire somebody making $9 million a year versus somebody making $20,000 a year.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, this is your show, BC. Go for it. I don't know what to say. Yeah.
No.
If Stoops repeats what he did last year and we see players in uniforms at the concession stands during the games, his seat will be hot. I mean, tell me, when's the last time you ever heard of a player during a ball game going in their uniform to the concession stands to get something because they needed something at the concession stands during a ball game?
Hey, man, I was hungry, I guess.
Have you ever seen that before?
No, I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen that in high school.
Let me get that dog. Hey, you supposed to be playing right now? No, I'm good. Don't worry about that.
I never seen that before.
I mean, six highest paid coach in D1. And we went in and we can't even make it to the Music City Bowl. That says a lot. Miss Barton has been making moves to make us and everything school. Just watch the next few years. Yeah, we talked about that as well, 21. And that's a good thing. So we'll see what happens. Major schools that get only 3 major schools that get snow: Kentucky, Ohio State, and Michigan.
What are you talking about?
Nobody put up only 3 major schools who get snow.
What's that mean?
That only snows in the winter. Is that the only? I thought it was other schools.
What are you talking about, though?
Football. I don't know. He's talking about the weather. That's
we talk about football, ain't we?
Yeah. Yeah, football. Yeah.
What snow got to do with it?
Yeah. Bringing in guys who want to play in the snow at Kentucky.
Man, how many snow games we have at Kentucky? Not
that many. It's cold out there, but we don't get no deep snow.
It's football. It's gonna be cold.
Yeah. So that's why I don't play no more. Yeah. Hard. Hey, someone says hard to recruit in cold weather.
Come on, nobody, man.
Hey.
Come on, nobody. Come on, man. I give you the benefit of doubt, man. I can't. No, come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey. You guys are killing the comments, man. Peter said getting a hot dog at a game is the kind of thing that happens at garbage programs. This is what we are until further notice.
Man. I don't even think that they let little leaguers to go get a hot dog.
Coach, can I go get a hot dog? What? He go get a what? A hot dog? Like, what are you talking about? Because I'm hungry. No, get away from me. Yeah.
Like this guy, I'm gonna let you go get a hot dog.
I mean, you got this guy. He's about 6'5", 200, 6'5", 6'6", 280 pounds, and 300 pounds, and he's up again. Let me get a hot dog. Hold on, ain't you supposed to be on the field playing?
Man.
Like really?
Man.
So you tell me it's easier to recruit in Kentucky when it snows, but hard at Mississippi State when it don't. Come on, man. Yeah, that makes a difference, man. For me, I mean, look, let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest. Tell me about that.
When it comes to recruiting, I mean, I'm surprised more people don't go to Miami. Where you go? I mean, I'm going to Miami. I'm going to USC out in California. I'm going where the sun's at all year. I'm going where during the winter season, I ain't wrapped up in a lot of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
If I live in Orlando, who we get players from Orlando, I'm going to UCF. It don't get cold there. I don't like playing in cold weather. My nose get cold.
Man.
We were standing in the huddle one night, and the white holder said on a Friday night, it was cold. The white holder said, "Man, I'm so cold. My nose is cold." I'm like, come on, Dwight. What are we talking about here, big guy? What are we doing? Don't say that. So, Kentucky Rick, good to see you, man. What's up? Let's see. I like playing in cold weather to hot personally. It's miserable when all the gear and everything it's above. Yeah, I mean, it's hot out there. Don't get me wrong, but when you cold out there, you can't put enough clothing on.
Nah.
you just cold. So you think that until after running for 2 hours. Yeah, well, I mean, it gets hot out there in the cold weather when you got your uniform on. I know that firsthand, but I don't know if it's that
2
cold.
hours, Mike. Yeah. We've been going for 2 hours and 11 minutes.
We have, haven't we?
Ain't that, man?
We came into a show with very little to talk about, and these guys, everybody here, man. Thank you guys.
I just happened to look up, and it was like, man.
Hey, everybody here right now, give me your own setup. I'm gonna tell me how I can give you a thumbs up. January. Kentucky doesn't get cold till January nowadays. But when that. Look, it's something about.
I'm gonna leave that alone, nobody.
Hey, when you think Ohio State doesn't have a problem recruiting kids to play in the snow, and they have multiple championships, that comment was crazy. It's Ohio State though. I want to play for Ohio State. I don't want to play for Kentucky. That's it. BBN shows up absolutely November. Thank all you guys, man. We could build a dome stadium. We could.
Man, I'm done.
Hey, we get the retractable.
Man,
we can open it up.
Is that what we doing?
Hey, you can open up the building and you can let the sunshine in. You know what I mean?
We stand up now.
You stand up kind of guy, dude. For real. That is for real, man. So, wow. Yeah, it's Ohio State and Michigan with multiple natties, not UK. That's true. It's like I said, if you want top people in and you want recruits to not think about how cold it is in Kentucky in the wintertime, start winning some big time football games and you can get that. If we could get a local or regional bank to do a future deal with UK basketball players. I'm surprised it's not already, maybe. I'm surprised one of those banks ain't doing it. Surprised Travis Perry or Trent Noah didn't have one with them. Get some Fortune 500 companies. We need a Big Mike basketball court. Yeah, I wish. That would be cool. For somebody that can't shoot basketball. BC Superdome. That's for real. So, man, dude.
No dome in Kentucky.
Yeah, we got to do something, man. For real. So, well, hey, guys, we appreciate each one of y'all coming out tonight, hanging out, man. Thank you guys so much. Look, man, before we turn the camera on, we can say, hey, man, we got enough we can talk about. We can go maybe an hour.
Yeah, about 30 minutes.
Yeah, we go about 30 minutes to an hour. And we'll be good.
But
you
not
guys
with Big Blue Nation, man.
Big Blue Nation, it's always something, bro. Big Ten has taken over the SEC in football. They had a better year last year, but overall, Big Ten ain't better than the SEC. Yeah, I ain't gonna believe that. Huh?
The last 2 years, Big Ten.
What, Michigan won it last year, right?
The year before, then
The year
Ohio
before.
State won it last year.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's still SEC over. It's still anyway, hey guys, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Jimmy, hope you feel better. I hit you up or whatever. BC, appreciate you jumping on. Don't forget on Thursday nights at 7 Eastern, Jimmy and Leah will be live. Please come out, hang out with them too as well. We know it's a very slow time, so thank you guys for putting up with us with our side talk, with the flying, the long flights, all that information. We just had fun tonight. So thank you guys once again. Until next time, we definitely will be here again next Monday night. Same time, 6 Eastern. The crew will be here. And until next time, go Cats.